G'day gang, welcome back to the channel. I'm MP Numbers and I appreciate you being here. Today we're back online for some Magic Arena. They have just released the next chapter of the Ravnica at War events, and this time it is Singleton. We've completed Momir, we've completed Pauper, and now we're jumping in for some Singleton to unlock some more alternate art for the War of the Spark planeswalkers. So this week we can get the Wanderer, Semut, and Sora, which Sora might be one of my favourites so far. So, let's have a deck, let's look at some gameplay. As always gang, the comments are wide open for you to jump in. Let me know what decks you're playing, what's been working for you, what are you excited to see in the Singleton event. Also let me know how your Pauper and your Momir went, and you know, are we excited for what's coming next, or are we kind of sick of it, and are we actually going to use these card styles? Good question. Alright, so this deck is pretty easy to build. Really all you need to do is type flying into your search bar, click on the blue, and just start clicking them all into play. But I think that gives you about 35 cards or so. So you do need to add in a couple of extra ones that can help you get some value, protect your creatures, other kind of stuff. As we see, we've got, you know, pretty much all the cards you think of when you think of cards that have flying. There's really nothing mind-boggling. They all come in, they all attack in the air. Some of them are a little bit worse than others. Some of them have some neat value when they come into play, and others don't at all. There's three main cards that we've built the deck around, if you will, which is the Windreader Sphinx, which can draw you a whole bunch of cards. We've also got Windstorm Drake, which helps you get some extra damage in, and Favourable Winds, which also helps you get that extra damage in. Now, in terms of our non-creature spells, we've got some ways to protect our creatures. We've got 3 counter spells and a dive down, nothing too fancy. And finally, we've got some ways to get some value: Curious Obsession, Incubation to help you find some creatures, Divination, Sleep to help you buy some turns, and then a bunch of ways to steal cards from your opponents if they play bigger creatures than you. It's really not that complicated. It's a pretty straightforward one. Basically, the evasion is the key. You want to be attacking in the air. Probably want to go quick, nice and quick. Get in before your opponent can build a big land force out and get the wins. Lands also pretty straightforward if you can see them behind my big head. 19 islands, a Memorial to Genius. We've also got the Arch of Orazkar, a Detection Tower in case of hexproof nonsense, Field of Ruin, just because you can blow up lands and take people off mana, and finally a Zal, Fear and Void, which I don't play much of, but in a monocolor deck, I'm not too upset putting it into my deck. And of course the deck list will be in the description below, but as I said, the deck kind of builds itself just by having creatures that have flying. It's really not that complicated. Let's have a look at some games. Let me know what you think. Gang, as I said, I want to know what decks you're playing. Have you got to your 15 wins yet? How are you feeling about it? Do you enjoy the format? All that kind of stuff. Let's go. Okay, so the curve's pretty low on this one. So any hand that starts with 3 or more lands, you're pretty much going to keep at all times. Having Sphinx of Foresight in my opening hand, obviously just some sweet value as well. But yeah, no reason not to keep that. Let's do this. Question is, do we definitely don't want a 5th land, so 5th land can go to the bottom. What are we going to do? We're going to start. We're going to play Night Veil, Sporide, Warcraft Marauder. I definitely want to play God Eternal on 4, so I guess we just keep the island to be safe. We'll draw Syncopate in case something weird happens on turn 3. I don't know. Yeah, not bad at all. We've got to pitch our 5th land, and yeah. Opponent's on black. We're going to start with Night Veil Sprite because surveilling's never a bad thing. Hope there's a Diamond Mare with double swamps. Are they mono black? They might possibly be. Alright, let's look at what we've got coming up. And we'll decide if we want to play. Okay, land, no. Kind of happy just to syncopate their turn 3 play here. Not too fussed about getting Warkite Marauder down. Warkite Marauder is really going to come into play if opponent plays lots of creatures with flying. Oh, so there's one creature with flying. We lose out on value by not being able to cast a spell on turn 3. That's fine. We'll attack, get our Surveil in. Play our God Eternal. Field of Ruin doesn't look like it's going to do much here either, so we'll pitch that. Play the God Eternal. They are busted. They are amazing. I can't say I feel good playing with them, but hey, they do work. Okay. Put it to the 5th card. Take action. Oh, you can decline that. I didn't realise. But yes, we're definitely putting it back into our library. We want to cast it again. Next turn, we'll probably just drop the Sphinx. Have a 4/4. Surveil away anything on top of our Kefnet that isn't super good value. Ooh, there's our Sphinx. Alright, well, let's attack. Again, keep that scry up. I like a dive down. Sphinx full set comes into play. We can start scrying, so we're going to keep that on top. It's just that and then that, yeah. Alright. But it murders the Sphinx of Foresight. Fortunately, we don't have that dive down right now, which would be nice. Thought it was going to be some kind of mono-black removal-based plan, it seems. But we're going to play Warkite Roar just to increase our board presence. All attack. I think we'll keep Zombie God on top. And we'll see what happens. Best thing right now would be if our opponent plays a flyer, because it just becomes null and void. Hey, there's one. We can syncopate that? Yeah, we gotta syncopate that. I don't want to be discarding cards, thank you. Opponent is gaining life, which is annoying, but now we want to find those extra land that we've been missing. Opponent scoops? Alright, opponent must have run out of gas and didn't want to deal with the God Eternal. Don't blame him. Let's play another one. Alright, so back-to-back hands to start with Sphinx of Foresight. Hey, and God Eternal in our opening hand. You cannot be upset when things just work out nicely for you. Seems good to me. So much value in just setting up your opening hand. So we've got Jin into God Eternal, into Sphinx, into Sphinx. Ooh, an aggressive deck. I wonder if we can keep up here. That's going to be the real question. I mean, we're going to have a 2/4. Maybe not as aggressive as a turn 1 Banneret would make you think. You got me. We could have Lava Spike, a Lava Coil here, which will just kill our Jin, which we're fine with. Of course we're not blocking here. We're not dying to random pump spell. Risk factor. I think we're going to take 4 here. Kind of okay with that. Let's play God Eternal. And we'll attack. Happy to draw land. Like if we keep drawing land, means we can Riddlemaster Sphinx. If we get something cool with Kefnet, we can. We're not blocking here. We're not leaving ourselves open to trading. Even though it sticks around on top, it's still not quite worth it. get another land. I think we're just gonna play a 4/4. Attack for 8. Have them on lethal dead next turn. See what they come up with. Wants their mentor trigger here. 6 with 5 life hurt points away. Don't think they can do 5 points with 2 mana. Nope, they got rid of 2, sweet. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Didn't even get to play a Brittle Master Sphinx. Alright, 2 for 2. Not a bad way to start this Singleton event. Having these perfect opening hands. Let's play another one, see if it we can get maybe a slightly worse 7-card hand and still get some wins. So this hand's not quite as exciting, but it's still a keeper. We've got a 2-drop, a 3-drop, a way to protect it, and a value card. I'm not going to argue with it. Opponent is considering their choices. They go to 6. It is worth noting the London Mulligan is in effect with this event. So I haven't had a chance to try that yet because my draws have been perfect. So interesting to see what kind of effect it has on an event like Singleton. I think it'll be good. Opponent on Jeskai. Opponent on Jeskai vanilla creatures. Alright. Get in for 2. Play a Wind Mage. Next turn we can play Divination, hold up, dive down, get in for 5 or 6 damage. Pose highlight my cards. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. No, that's nasty. Get in for 3 or 4 damage. Not quite the same ring to it, unfortunately. Fire Detection Tower, Divination. Trancing Melody. Well, I can take that easily if I want to. Hopefully our opponent plays something a little bit more worth taking, you know. Further mana cost X. Give me a 3-drop. A good 3-drop. Nope. More vanilla creatures. Matter. That's not that exciting as we play it. The attack. So it's this. You want to be attacking every single turn with this kind of deck. You know, I've got Duelist and Dive Down up. Hope it goes for a Pyro Helix. I guess we dive. Why are you doing 1 damage to each? I guess that's. We'll dive down this. That'll trigger that to put it to a 3/3. Still dies to a shock if they've got a shock, but do they have a shock? They do not. Alright, cool. So we're in a pretty good spot here. Drawing land is not optimal by any stretch, but we get to keep hitting here. We've got Entrancing Melody if they actually play a good creature, which we can do for 4 at the moment, 5 next turn. Play a good creature? Lightning Strike. Oh, well, can't do anything about that, unfortunately. I can stop this attack, or some of this attack, with a Fairy Duelist. Yeah, let's just get it done now. We take 2, we get to swing back for 3. We're on a 3-turn clock here. Again, if our opponent ever play... Ooh, that increases that clock a little bit. Does that also give us... Yes, it does. 1, 2, 3, 4. Opponent scoops to the favourable wins. Alright, so mono blue flyers getting the work done so far. We've just unlocked our first planeswalker, the Wanderer. It's a pretty neat looking alternate art. Again, let me know what you're playing. Let me know what you would do differently in a mono blue flyer deck. But hey, it's two perfect hands and an opponent who stumbles. That's all you need to get some wins. Don't forget to like if you like, dislike if you dislike, comments to say hi. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, wherever you want to be. All the links are in the description. Also, if you do want to support the channel, we have Patreon. You can check out our sponsors over at Inked Gaming. We have some more cool stuff happening on the channel, so watch this space. Subscribe to see more. Subscribe to get the alerts. Otherwise, have yourself a fantastic weekend getting some Singleton in. Bye.